live and in living color. It's 8:54 in the morning, March 13th. It's Monday. Looks like someone's got a case of the Mondays, and I kind of do. What's up, guys? Let's talk about what happened this weekend. This past weekend was pretty good. A friend of mine came into town. You know, I'm doing a show tonight, actually. It's Monday night. I'm playing tonight at Ham and Eggs in downtown Los Angeles with some friends. Most of the people performing tonight are from Tulsa, and one of the guys still lives in Tulsa. Two of us live here now, but one of the guys flew in for the show and to do some other stuff, and we hung out, I guess it was Saturday and maybe Friday and Saturday. I got him a room at a hotel down the street from me and went to go see him. I played on his guitar, we took some edibles, we went out to dinner, we walked around the neighborhood, came over to my place, played guitars a little more, experimented with my new effects pedal that I got that I'll tell you about. It's an MXR 300, and it is the most beautiful reverb machine I have ever seen. Anyway, so Chris and I talked, ate some more edibles, talked more, ended up just talking for hours here at my house about music and life and the old days back in Tulsa. And, I realized I've known him since he was 16. We'd never been best friends or anything, but he was hanging around some of my shows when he was 16 and I was probably 25. And then he continued to come to our shows for the next 15 years, and we became friends. And he was actually at one point he joined the band for one show because I had fired the guitarist over a fight we were having. Sorry, Paul. And we played a show without him, and Chris filled the spot because he's such an amazing guitar player. He's the only guy that I could think of that could play Paul's riffs. Look up Paul Benjamin online. With Benjamin doesn't have an I, it has an A. And he's a killer guitar player, a guy that I started playing with when we were both in our mid-20s. And so now Chris is in his 30s. He's doing really well, doing a lot of different music projects, and we talked about life and love and art and happiness and all that. And then yesterday, I woke up feeling horrible. I'm still feeling the repercussions. And I don't know what the deal was. Might have been the daylight savings time or daylight saving time is what I actually think it's called. Not plural, it's singular. But I woke up Sunday morning feeling awful. And I did stay up about 2 to 3 hours later than I normally would. I usually go to bed between 8 and 10 o'clock. Some nights, if I'm done, I just go to bed at 8. I take a couple puffs of some medical marijuana, and I'm out for like 8-10 hours. But this night, I stayed up till about 11:30, closer to midnight probably, and woke up at 6, which was actually 5 before daylight saving time. And my voice was gone. It's still kind of deep. My body felt like I'd been out drinking and doing cocaine all night. I felt wrecked. And so I ended up just having a lazy Sunday with my friend Shannon, and she came to my place. We just hung out, went to breakfast, or kind of lunchtime breakfast, I don't know. And then we drove out to Studio City and played video games and ate Italian food, had meatballs and Italian salad. It was really fantastic. And then I came home last night, and I was going to go out Sunday night again. There was some stuff going on, and people wanted to hang out, but I couldn't do it, man. So the rule for me now is I'm actually trying to change my sleep schedule to go a little later. I've been doing 9 to 5, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., and that's a beautiful thing for me. Even 8 a.m. to 3 or 4 a.m. works too. But what I want to do is I want to start playing more music at night in clubs. And so to do that, I'm going to have to train myself to stay awake again until midnight and sleep until 7 or 8. And it's funny, like people ask, how do you become a morning person? The answer is you just start going to sleep earlier. And then you will slowly start to wake up earlier. So if you normally go to bed at 2 in the morning and you wake up at 9 and you feel terrible and you want to get up earlier, just go to bed at going to bed at 1 and then get up at 8. And then start going to bed at midnight and get up at 7. And then go to bed at 11 and start getting up at 6, and boom, you're there. And if you do it slowly over time, your body will adjust and you won't get these crazy hangovers like I did. Because I went straight from like 8 or 9 o'clock bedtime to midnight. And that's a disaster for the human machine. But yeah, that was the weekend, man. I went to bed early. I actually took a sleeping aid pill that I got from Walgreens, some kind of concoction, and smoked a little medical marijuana. And I slept 10 hours. I feel fantastic. Still feeling a little bit of the bite from staying up later than normal, but it's weird, man. It kind of hangs around more every year that goes by. I used to stay up till 5, 6, 8 in the morning doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And then I would make it into work, not always at 9, but I'd be there by 10. Sometimes I'd make it there by 9, but I couldn't imagine adding in the drugs and the alcohol and sleeping in a ditch and all that, and all the drama that goes on when you're drinking and doing drugs, going through all that, and then waking up and trying to do anything with your brain. Like, that's the biggest shitty part about it. When you get used to going to sleep at 9 o'clock p.m. and waking up at 5 a.m., you are sharp at 5 a.m. My brain's on fire. I'm writing in my journals. I'm posting things online. I'm sharing music. I'm shooting videos. I'm writing blog posts. I'm doing everything. I'm running campaigns. I'm answering emails. But on the days where I stay up too late, you wake up with what is basically a hangover. Your body's wrecked. And I can't do one thing. Like, I'll try to respond to an email and I just can't do it. I'll open up Byword and start doing a blog post and I just give up. I'm like, you know what? This isn't going to happen. And it reminds me why I never got anything done in the past. And the reason was because I was always hungover. I was always running at half steam. And you may be the same way. It's all related to the drinking and the drugs are obvious. If you're out drinking and doing drugs, or even just out drinking at night, when you wake up the next day, you're not going to be at optimal performance levels. You're going to be like half energy levels until you get some proper rest. It takes like 3 days to recover from one night of drinking. Like 2 nights, you have to chill out for a couple of days before you feel like a normal person again. And the same thing can be said when I have a cheat day and I eat pizza and ice cream until I'm sick and I just bloated. I wake up the next day with a food hangover. It's a big same thing. I try to respond to an email and I can't. And a lot of us are eating pizza for dinner, ice cream for dessert, eating crap all through the day, and you wake up every day feeling terrible and you can't perform at your optimal levels. And that's because your nutrition's not dialed in. It's really weird. Like, obviously take away the drugs and the alcohol. That's an obvious step to improving the way that your mind works. But also the food and the sleep. It's like sleep and the food and eliminating the alcohol, for me, has been, it's made me a smarter person. That's the only way to say it. Not drinking, eating healthy food, and sleeping 8 to 10 hours a night has 100% made me a smarter human being. I don't know why. I'm not a scientist. This is, what do they call it? Anecdotal evidence. It's happened to me. But I guarantee you this, and I think about this all the time. People are so quick to jump on antidepressant drugs, right? Oh, I'm sad. Go to the doctor. They say, okay, we're going to give you this prescription. Then we're going to give you more levels and find your level. And you go through like a month of terror, feeling horrible, maybe vomiting, maybe feeling more suicidal, maybe having headaches, until they figure out a level that you're cool with. And then you stay on that level forever, right? But no one, it's the easy solution. We want to take a pill. But no one wants to say, okay, the doctor should start with this. Doc, I feel terrible. I'm depressed. I want to kill myself. I need some antidepressant medication. Well, before we get to the medication, let me ask you this. How many hours did you sleep last night? Number one. And the patient would probably say, 3 hours. I have a terrible time thinking. I'm anxious. I think about the past and the future. I'm going over all these problems. I rarely ever sleep. Last night I may have gotten 3 hours of sleep. He'll go, okay. The first thing we're going to do with you is I want you to start going to sleep at 10 o'clock p.m. Get in your bed, no iPhone, no TV, no nothing. Take a sleeping pill if you need to, maybe a Tylenol PM or a ZQuil or something to help you get in the pattern, because you have to set a pattern. And I want you to get in bed at 10 p.m. and take 10 deep breaths. Every time you wake up, just take 10, 20 more deep breaths. And I want you to sleep 8 hours and come back and see me in 2 weeks. They come back and they say, okay, I'm sleeping, but I don't feel good. He's like, okay, what did you eat for dinner last night? Oh, well, I didn't eat all day, so I had a pizza and a bag of candy and a box of ice cream. I kind of went crazy, and then I couldn't sleep last night very well. He's going to go, okay, here's what I need you to do. Before we start with the pain pills, the depression pills, Prozac, whatever. Before I give you that, let's dial your food in. I want you to wake up, eat 3 solid meals a day, a couple snacks in between, and try to make each meal real food instead of food out of boxes and packages with mascots on them. Oh, okay. 2 weeks come by, and they come back to the doctor's office, and they're like, you know what, I feel absolutely fantastic. And he's going to go, okay, now let's push you over the top. Now I want you to go to the gym twice a week, Monday and Friday, for 1 hour. Just go in, do some cardio, move around, lift some weights. Or even just Monday, Wednesday, Friday, walk. Or every day go for a 30-minute walk. And you see what I'm saying? You'll come back and you'll go, okay, now I'm feeling much better. Every time I feel depressed, I go for a walk and I come home, I feel great. I have a healthy meal, get a good night's sleep, wake up in the morning, ready to live my life. And you may never need the pills, man. But it's the quick fix mentality that's making the pharmaceutical industry so rich. And that's why they're terrified of medical marijuana. I've been using medical marijuana for a year for sleep, anxiety, social anxiety, low self-esteem. You name it, I've got it. When I smoke pot, I feel good. I talk to people. I talk to waiters and waitresses. I talk to people on the street. I return people's texts and phone calls. I go see people. I go to parties. I go to clubs. I'll do a show. It's been life-changing. And the more people that figure it out, like I was told like everyone else, that marijuana is reefer madness. It's bad for you. It's a gateway drug to heroin. Only losers smoke pot. It makes you lazy. It makes you stupid. And my experience has been quite the opposite. It makes you sleep like a baby. It makes you feel good in social situations. It makes me talkative. It's like a social lubricant without the side effects of alcohol. Because the alcohol used to juice me up to where I could go out and live life like a normal human. But while I was out there doing that, at some point I'd hit the tipping point, blackout, cause chaos, wake up in jail. So it solved one problem and created 6,000 more problems. That's why I had to stop. It worked for a long time. It was a good solution. Drink myself into a blackout, no more thinking. Mission accomplished. But at the end, it was drink myself into a blackout, no more thinking, mission accomplished. But now I'm causing all kinds of trouble in the blackout. Waking up in jail, hiring attorneys, spending tens of thousands of dollars on representation and wasting years of time in life, feeling terrible, wasting time, spending money on things I don't need, hanging out with people that don't care about me. And those were the side effects that came with alcohol. So if anything, alcohol should be illegal and pot should be legal. They should sell it in grocery stores, gas stations, on the side of the street. You know, there's a fruit stand with a guy selling pineapples, and then there's a weed stand with someone selling weed. Like, it should be that prevalent in our society. Again, this is just my experience. But anyway, that's where I'm at this weekend. That's what's happening. This week, I'm excited. Monday, tonight, I'm playing my first show in LA. If you're coming, I got some messages from a few of you guys in email that you're actually coming, so that's going to be cool. It'd be nice to meet you in person. Just don't ask me a bunch of affiliate marketing questions while I'm in Music Zone, because I will walk straight away from you. And there's about a 99.9.100% chance I'm going to be on some edibles tonight. So I'm going to be, I don't want to have deep conversations about landing page optimization. I'm going to be in music mode. I've been rehearsing every day. Let me tell you this real quick before I go. I've been rehearsing every day. I was nervous about the show until I started rehearsing every day. And now that I'm confident with the songs and the lyrics and the structures, I feel great. Instead of being scared and nervous of the show, I'm ready. I've been waiting for it to come because I've played the song so many times. I know I'm going to go in there and do a good job. I may not be the best singer or player in the world, but I know I'm going to go in and do a good job. So, I try to translate my own experiences into helpful advice for you guys. Whether it works or not, that's up to you. If you implement it and try it, we'll see. But if you want to try that, you want to pull something away from this quick conversation we're having, if something's making you nervous, if you're terrified about it, it could be a presentation at work. It could be asking a girl out. It could be, buying a car. It could be anything. Start practicing. Become an expert. Like maybe you want to start a blog or something. Become an expert at it. Practice it. Write 100 words a day into a notepad file and then just delete it. Just get yourself in the practice of doing the thing you're scared of over and over and over again. And when you feel comfortable with your own ability to do the thing will no longer scare you and you get excited about it. It's crazy. Like 2 weeks ago, I was nervous. I was like, oh man, I'm not rehearsing. I knew I wasn't rehearsing. The date's approaching, it's approaching. I'd lay down at night, smoke a little medical marijuana, and my brain would start going, oh my God, you need to cancel the show. You can't do it. You're going to forget everything. But then as I rehearsed over and over and over again, eliminated that problem completely. So maybe you can apply that to something in your life. I don't know. I'm just talking. And that's the way I prefer to get advice. I don't like when people turn on the camera and go, my piece of advice for you today is you must only eat chicken and broccoli because science has shown that these two... I like when people just talk. I got it from like Joey Diaz and Joe Rogan. They're not always teaching lessons. They're just telling stories and talking about what's on their mind. And they'll say something that'll hit you and you go, oh my God, I never thought of that. And it can be life-changing. It has been for me, just listening to them talk. So that's what I'm trying to do here. You know, build an audience, get some things off my mind in the morning. This actually helps me clear my head in the morning because I wake up with my brain going, dun, dun, da, 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 dun, dun, da, da, dun, dun, dun. What are you going to do today? You should do this. Let's create this. What if a website could make a taco? You know, like all this kind of crazy stuff. And so this helps me purge some of those thoughts. And hopefully it helps you at the same time. If not, screw it. We're having a good time. And it's much better than watching the news or paying attention to all this chaos that's going on out there in the real world. This is the real world. Me and you. Right now, that's it. That's it. I love it. So yeah, man, if you see this video today, March 13th, 2007, then that means tonight I'll be at Ham and Eggs in downtown LA. I've never been there, and you've probably never been there either. But if you're in town, come down. It's $5. You have to be 23 and over. It's not 21 and up. It's 23 and up. I guess they want to keep the younger kids out. And it's going to be fun. I'm going to play about 40 to 45 minutes of brand new stuff. I've only played it once live in another state. And so now I'm going to try it here. And this looks like it could turn into something. This is an experiment. It's a split test. Does playing a show late at night in a bar downtown feel good? If I walk away saying, I liked that, I'm going to do it a lot more. Or I might walk away and say, I don't ever want to do that again. I'm going to play at a church or at AA meetings or in people's houses or something. It's just another split test, and that's how I get all my answers. I wouldn't ask someone like, do you think I should be playing shows downtown Los Angeles at night? No, you don't have to ask. Just go do it. Test it. Do you feel better or worse? Better? Do it again. Worse? Don't do it again. That's it. Someday I'll do a video specifically on that because it's a pretty life-changing thing that's happened for me, just learning about self-experimentation and split testing your life, everything in your life. We'll do that in another video because we've gone on long enough. Look, man, I'm glad you tuned in. Shout out to all the YouTube folks around the world that are watching me instead of the ridiculousness going on in the news because, as you know, it's all clickbait, hype, and they're trying to get your eyeballs, and they're succeeding big time. And so, you know, here's to 18 minutes of no BS news. Coffee cheers, man. And this is actually a plastic cup. I got it on Amazon, but it looks like a paper Starbucks cup, but it's plastic, and it keeps your coffee hot. It's dope. I don't know the exact model. Doesn't really matter. Just look for one that looks like this and go with the cheapest one. If it sucks, go with the next cheapest one. Another split test. Another day, another dollar. After I sang and hollered. What was that song? Highway song. Song of the day. Go on to YouTube, type in highway song, and it's a song. Another day, another dollar. After I sang and hollered. I forget who it's by. Steve Earle, maybe. No. Highway song. Who's that by? Anyway, YouTube it. I'll put it in the description like a good boy. Be sure to subscribe, man. If you do one thing today after you watch this video, if you're still here, and I'm glad you're still here, click subscribe and stay tuned because this is getting more interesting every week. I'm having fun, and little do you guys know, you're helping me rediscover myself. As you can see, there's been a bit of a transformation on the channel from answering affiliate marketing questions like anybody else to actually sharing my life and how things are changing and just having a one-on-one with you. That's it. This is helpful for me, and I hope it's helpful for you. And that's it. I've said too much. I'll see you in the next video. I'll see you at Ham and Eggs this evening if you happen to make it. And as always, I will see you bright and early in the future.